Deep within the older lore of the Jurassic Park franchise, there exists a special kind of Tyrannosaur cloned on Site B. This animal was different from its ordinary counterparts due to its irregular size and coloration. Typically, InGen Tyrannosaurs are either brown or green depending on whether they are male or female. This T.Rex was blood red, similar to how the animals are described in Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park novel, and this particular specimen lived within the Mayan ruins of Isla Sorna, near an incline of terrain that would continue to ascend upwards near a location called Mount Watson. So look guys, immediately one of the things that makes the Red Rex so interesting is that it's overpowered, it's gigantic. This is supposed to be the alpha leader tyrannosaur of Jurassic Park Trespasser. Can you imagine InGen laboratories on this deserted island filled with pinewood style redwood forests, and then you just got around the laboratory equipment, abandoned InGen Hummers and Jeeps, this wild array of Mayan ruins where a giant red tyrannosaur stalks and probably eats a lot of the more aggressive velociraptor tribe members around. This guy just stalks out the area, he's alone, doesn't look to be mated off with another tyrannosaur. It's just the king of Mount Watson as far as the base area goes. That's really cool in my opinion, and it's an idea that I think would make for some really cool stuff in future Jurassic Park material. Again, the juxtaposition with the Mayan ruins, and all of the stuff like what the Las Cinco Muertes island chains mean, Sorna included if you translate it to English, alongside this gigantic tyrannosaur. T.Rex plus Mayan ruins plus laboratory, and the fact that it's so aggressive and dominating, it's cool, man. This is a big piece of Jurassic Park lore that I'd like to see become Jurassic Park official canon. Oh! This is a dinosaur that can only be found, and I must stress that, only be found in the now legendary Jurassic Park video game called Trespasser. Now, Trespasser was originally supposed to act as both a prequel to the first movie as well as a sequel to The Lost World, but unfortunately it was never properly finished, and a lot of the material wound up not making sense in the broader movie lore. That kind of happens when you rush the developers to just put something out there, but most of it can actually still be canonized with a simple re-release and really just finalization of the 1998 video game. This red T-Rex is too cool not to talk about for it. In fact, I would argue that all Universal would have to do to make fans happy would be to make the base game, add in additional material like longer levels and polished off mechanics. I mean, the work is already like 75% done, so it's not like that would be outrageously difficult or expensive. And then you just hire Chaos Theorem to make sure that all the canon is crystal clear for their wider Jurassic World material. Anyways, this animal, the Red Rex of Site B, is a massive dinosaur. And yes, there are Mayan ruins in the video game that actually harken back to the older lore from Las Cinco Muertes. I recently did a big video on Site B lore and canon that you can check out if you want a deeper dive, but the Tyrannosaur was taking up residence near this location on the island, where many temple-like structures and pyramid-looking buildings are abandoned. The animal is highly aggressive, and I managed to only take it out using Eddie Carr's Lindstrat air rifle with the poison darts that they talk about in the second movie, which is really cool, by the way.
Doc, is there an antidote? What do you mean, like if you shot yourself in the foot?
But look, this thing is not supposed to be a pushover. If I didn't know to do that, it's an intimidating boss, and can you imagine what it would be like in live action? Now, of course, this animal is primarily based off of the actual Jurassic Park book lore from Crichton. It's massive in size and red in color, which could even lead some people to believe that it's kind of like a special clone. There isn't really any concrete info as to why this T-Rex looks this way, but given its size and aggressive status, alongside the reality that it lives dominantly around a bunch of vicious raptors, it's safe to say that this is actually a pretty formidable adversary in the game, especially if you come unprepared. I mean, I'd go as far to say that it's also the most impressive boss as well, with only the Super Raptor-esque alpha pack leader that's on top of Mount Watson to really compare it with. Now, if the Red Rex from Sorna would ever officially make it into the movie canon, I think it would be awesome. A red T-Rex has been a thing Jurassic Park fans have loved ever since the 90s, and we never really saw that on the big screen. Plus, since so much more science keeps coming out saying these animals were actually way bigger than we ever thought, can you just imagine what a big T-Rex would be like with the red colors? And on Site B, no less. What's even cooler is the fact that it lives around this weird Aztec-inspired location, which oddly enough, Dishan Lockman from Dominion opinion happened to be in a movie called Aztec Rex from the Sci-Fi Channel, believe it or not. No relation, of course. In the game, I remember it was kind of a letdown as far as how easy it was to kill, but again, keep in mind, I actually knew what I was doing and saved that really powerful weapon for the dinosaur. Other than that, this is definitely an animal, an environment, and a tone I'd love to see adapted in the future. In fact, now that I think about it, if they ever really wanted to take Trespasser, just add in those extra levels, finish the gameplay, and put in some new species while also hiring Chaos Theorem to make it official canon. I might do a whole video on that in the future. I think that sounds like one of the quickest and most entertaining ways Universal could actually make people like me, it could make them excited for the future of the series again. Like, just imagine it in VR, or even as just a base first-person game. You could put it on literally everything from the Nintendo Switch to the PlayStation 5. So yeah, sounds like a slam dunk to me. Anyways, guys, these are all just my own thoughts on the animal, but what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the Red Rex of Isla Sorna, and would you like to see it make an appearance in the future? Or are you not really a fan of this concept and just kind of don't care about anything surrounding it? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. No! 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 Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.